Hey Aquarius, how's it going everyone? Welcome to Blue Mountains Tarot. This is your general reading for the second half of December. Please keep that in mind, okay? General messages, they may or may not resonate. I do offer personal readings. Below in the description box, you will find my details, my email address, pricing, all of that to set up a personal reading if you're interested. Thank you to all my fellow Aquarians out there for all of your support, your likes, your shares, your comments. There is the hype button below as well in the comment section. That is a huge help for I'm going to advocate for all small channels, okay? Because it helps the channel to grow. It really does. So hit the hype if you can. If you do, I appreciate that. Leave a comment, share, you know, all this stuff. Let's see. Aquarius, December 15th to the 31st. Our birthdays are coming up, guys. I'm going to do as many bonus readings as I can as well for all the birthday signs. What's going on for Aquarius? The second half of December, what's happening? Tell me the energy for Aquarius. I'm getting that you're concealing some plans. Meaning not that it's shady, but you're moving on, but you have to move on here, Aquarius, from something, from someone, from a situation, from whatever. You have to move on to protect yourself, your well-being, your strength. I feel like some of you have some big plans in mind, some big growth ideas. There's something here with the Emperor, but I feel like let me break this down. What's this Eight of Wands? What's the Eight of Wands? Clarify. The Eight of Swords. Yeah, you're moving on from something that is making you feel, that's holding you back. Okay, that's that Four of Pentacles. It's like you're moving forward here as quickly as you can, Aquarius, of something that is restraining you, maybe mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. Think about, take a little inventory check here. It's like, who's the boss of your life? You are. Nobody runs you but you. You are doing this sort of an inventory check or an assessment of yourself to say, what do I need to move on from that is holding me back? What are you moving on from that is making you feel trapped or stressed or anxious, or it's not letting you grow? Okay, there is someone here that's maybe tired of always footing the bill. There's like a cheap energy attached to this where it's like you're always giving and not receiving. And I think it's sort of like you got to sort of take care of you in this energy. Communication may or may not be necessary, and I feel like it's not. I get this vibe, Aquarius, that you're just going to do what you need to do and you don't want to say it with the least amount of words. You don't really want to over-explain yourself. Why? Because it's your growth. It's your plan. You're just focusing on this. Tell me about the Emperor. What's going on? We've got Aries. What's the message from? What's Emperor? What's Emperor? I feel like that's that action energy, Aries, right? They just do it. They don't wait. They don't hold back. They don't need to explain. They're doing it whether you like it or not. Yeah. Oh my God. The Three of Wands, the Lovers. So, okay, the Lovers is interesting. Some of you are okay. Couple notes here. Couple things. You're ready for that movement forward, okay? The wait. You're not waiting around for anybody, number one. You're moving towards the direction in where you see your future. And you may be, this could involve a partnership. It's you and your person. Some of you are sort of saying like, I don't want to wait or mention what you and I are doing. We're doing this. We're picking up all of our stuff and we are leaving. We're moving to wherever, doing whatever. There is something with the lovers that your connection, your relationship, the love that you have is ready for taking that charge, taking that ownership, and going to do what you need to grow and do with yourself and your person. I feel like the choice is between you and your person. You have your choice. We all have free choice. We all have our own independence. We all have our own individual energies. But, you know, it's kind of like if it was up to Aries or maybe Gemini, they want to do this together and move on. There's something about like, it's something about like you've saved, you've worked hard, you've saved your money. It's like this is paying off for you. There's something about maybe utilizing or starting to use the energy of money or of growth or what you've been saving for. It's time to put things into the action for what you've been growing, investing and putting in this, and it's time to put that into sort of like the action plan is now here. And now you can do what you needed to do. It's part of like, it could be retirement, let's just say. For some of you, it could be, you know, you've worked all this time and it's time to now utilize the plan that you had in action all this time. What's your plan? What's your action plan? And now we've arrived. There's a bit of this going on. 10 of Cups, bottom of the deck. It's time to really enjoy all the things that fulfill you. Definitely there's something here about enjoying the love, the happiness, the joy, all that life is meant to give you. Utilize the tools, the means, the money, the energy. Money is a form of energy. Utilize the means to enjoy the decisions and choices on the path that you want to live. You're definitely ready to move on. There's something here that's saying, I'm not dealing with wanting to handle the Eight of Swords stress, feeling like there's no options. There are options for you. Okay, there's choice, right? The Lovers. Okay, what else? Let's take these. Yeah. Wheel of Fortune, Nine of Wands, the Death. So I get this thing where you thought something here was never going to end. You thought something was never going to end. And it could be, say, maybe it's health, okay? Having gone through hell and back with health myself, I know all about this. I thought it was never going to end. I thought I was going to be sick and full of illness and pain and discomfort and hospital visits and blah, 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 blah. I was like, this is never going to end. It was 10 years. That's why I felt like this is never going to end. I was literally at a surrendering moment of like, if I die, I die. Okay, I'm good. I was ready for, because I didn't, anyways, doesn't matter. But there's this feeling here where you're just like, I never thought this would end. But understand here that that's the greatest transformation, Aquarius, that one can go through. And perseverance is very important at this time. Nine of Wands. Perseverance and the struggle is part of your transformation. Don't throw in the towel. Don't give up on your path. This is part of the gift at the end, the Wheel of Fortune. Eventually something here, and some of you may have already started to see this, like, oh my gosh, the transformation, my life has taken a turn for the better. I am ready for new beginnings. I am done with that. And I already saw this earlier, because you're done with the old. And I think a lot of you don't even want to explain it. I think because maybe some of you can't explain it. Maybe some of you just realize that you're going through a major shift, a major transformation, and you just know that endings are here. You just know that this has got to go, and this has to come, and something's got to change sooner or later. And eventually it does. The Wheel of Fortune, everything is truly part of the cycles of life, the dharma, the wheel of life, the wheel of fortune, the cycles, the things that go through. And I'm not an astrologist, but I wish I should have looked back, but there are moments where like you're going to have like stretches of time that are going to be very challenging. And so probably back in the day I was, for some of you it could be through health. Some of you bit off more than you could chew. I'm just going to say that. And you've got to let go of that. You've taken on more than you need or that you can handle, and you've got to let go of that. It is depleting you. It's weird. It's too much actually depleted you. Too much sugar actually depletes you of nutrition. Too much refined carbs coming from a nutritionist. There's this thing that you've bitten off more than you can chew. And you've got to let go of that. Or ask yourself, again, part of that inventory, what do I need to let go of? What is holding me back? What is depleting my energy? What is taking up my headspace? Who's taking up rent in my head? Why is life not changing? Why am I not experiencing the true gift of transformation and change? You've got to make the decisions that are the ownership of your path in your life. And this is where you're going to see this. I think a lot of you are seeing this, and you're sort of, I think that endings are bringing the big change, and it's probably a bit of an end of a year thing. We are ending the year of the snake. We're going into the horse. So there could be some of that energy here that you're just like, bye-bye 2025. And ready for more prosperity and change. Something's going to have to turn the corner here. And I think it's one of those things like when you surrender, when you release, when you let go, when you delete, it has to change. Something has to give. It's like, I've done everything I can in a situation. I've done everything I can. I've deleted all this. I've purged. I've tried everything. Something's got to give. Something has to show up to replace all these things that you've tried or that you were biting onto or hanging on to. And surrender often does that. Surrender can be a very hard thing to do, but extremely liberating. And it'll depending on your circumstances, Aquarius, like if you're going through massive difficulty, especially when it comes to health, only because I know firsthand, surrendering moments are truly spiritual, and they flood you with peace because you just let go and you surrender to your higher power. You finally release, and it's kind of like it's no longer up to you. You no longer have control. You no longer have a say. It's almost like a different language. Imagine you go into a place and you're the only English-speaking person, and there's millions of people who are speaking 200 other languages, and you don't have a frickin' clue what the hell is being done. And you're just like, do you speak English? Do you speak English? Do you speak? No one knows what the hell you're saying, and you don't know anything that they're saying. And you're like, you know what? I'll just talk to myself. I'll just talk to my higher power, and eventually somebody's like, I just heard somebody speak English. You know what I mean? You surrender, and it floods you with peace because you're like, I don't have to try to learn. I don't have to try to understand. I don't know if they're being nice or they're offending me. You just say, I don't know what the outcome is here. Eventually something shows up for you. And what that does is it's because you're quieting your circumstances. You're letting go of all that chatter. This is where I'm going with this analogy. You're letting go of all this chatter, and you're not distracted by all of these other people's concepts. So you're just like, you will get spoken to the way you need to, from a different way, a different language. This is crazy. Why am I going down this road? Anyways, I don't know why, but that's what the message has to come through. Okay, so don't give up on your path here, Aquarius, but at the same time, for some of you, surrendering is gonna flood you with peace. And fear, it's fearful too, as well, but then you transmute that into peace because you've let go of all that you need to try to understand. I think a lot of you are going to go through a major magical transformational change here. A lot of you have been, like I said, this is never going to end, is what I've heard, what I got. Something's never going to come to an end, and it is. Let's close the reading off a little bit, because I feel like the Wheel of Fortune saying you've got some new things to look forward to. Life is going to change for you. Make the choices for yourself and or with a person, with the Lovers. You do you, okay? The Knight of Wands. Giddy up. Going after a new adventure, a new path. Awakening new energies within yourself and maybe others who could be approaching you. There's a bit of a get ready to go. Get ready to go. Giddy up. Get ready to go. There's like a new path forging for you that you're going to be forging through here for you, because you got the Eight of Wands, and it's going to happen. It could happen very quickly, and that's the thing. The Death, the Wheel of Fortune, can totally change your path. You may have been thinking that you're going from this Nine of Wands where you're struggling and straining and not feeling well, and you got a sore back and you're just hanging on, and then all of a sudden it's like boom, the cure comes in and you are ready to go. I don't know the music offhand. I don't know why I said The Cure, and there is a band, there's The Cure. So some of you may have songs or music about The Cure. Just saying. Because it is feeling like the band. And you have the Three of Pentacles with the Ace of Wands and the Queen of Swords. So you're very happy that you cut off what you needed to cut off here. You're getting real. You're speaking, you're communicating, you're learning a lot, and you're realizing time to build a new passion, a new dream, a new magic for you, Aquarius. A new magic is being spoken. Queen of Swords. So there's also the Three of Pentacles is also the cooperation with a person, another person. So I think a lot of you are working in tandem with a partnership of sorts. And I think a lot of you are saying that if we want to grow, if it's a relationship or a business partner or whatever, that if we want to grow, then we need to follow the decisions, the path that we want to do, that we want to make happen. And if you're single, it's the same applies, because your partnership can be your higher power. Okay? So there's something here about working with your partner. Some of you, it's interesting. That's the thing. I like this, guys. Some of you don't have to worry about love anymore. You found it. I haven't said that in a very long time. Some of you don't have to battle the love field anymore, the battlefield of love and dating and apps and all that stuff. Some of you don't have to do this anymore. You're good. Some of you are done the battle of figuring out, am I lovable? Some of you are on your way. It's right there. You have other battles now that are positive because you've gone through a lot of the transformation. Maybe some of your relationships have really gone through like big transformations. Like, is this ever going to end? Is this going to be a difficult person? Is this ever going to get better? And I think a lot of you are definitely, and maybe it wasn't health, maybe it was a relationship, maybe some of you bit off more than you could chew in this connection, or you took on a lot of joint things, or you took on a lot, and it's like, oh my gosh, is this ever going to end? And then eventually something is transforming, the transformation is taking place. Yeah, interesting. 20 minutes. Okay, I'm going to do the wisdom of the Tao because I just feel called to this. What's the message for Aquarius? Lake. Harvest. The fall season and the fertile energy of the West brings you prosperity. All of your efforts are coalescing and approaching fruition. Rejoice with friends and to plan family reunions. Count your blessings and be grateful. Forgive. Lake is water, it's emotions. So some of you, there's a lot of emotions that are being, with that word harvest, gathering up a lot of love, maybe gathering up a lot of the emotions that are fulfilling, that help you to grow, right? It's positive feelings around things in your life versus drought kind of thing, having no feeling, no emotion. That's why I think some of you are kind of not having to worry about the whole life relation to, and maybe you're good in solitude. You're like, I don't worry about that. It's just, you're in love with yourself and life. You're in love with life. Okay, I'm gonna leave it there, Aquarius. Thanks again, guys, for all of your support. I appreciate it. Have a great day, and I will see you guys very soon. Okay, take care.